Imagine stepping out your back door into a lush, vibrant oasis. The air is warm and fragrant, filled with the scent of exotic blooms. Palm trees sway gently in the breeze, casting dappled shadows on the ground. The sound of trickling water from a nearby fountain soothes your soul. This is the magic of a tropical garden, a slice of paradise right in your own backyard. Creating a tropical garden might seem like a daunting task, but it's easier than you think. With a little planning and the right plants, you can transform any outdoor space into a vibrant and inviting retreat. Whether you have a small patio or a large backyard, the principles of tropical gardening remain the same. It's all about capturing the essence of the tropics: lush foliage, vibrant colors, and a sense of tranquility. This guide will take you through the steps of designing your own tropical garden, from choosing the right location to selecting the perfect plants. We'll explore how to create depth and texture with layering, add the soothing element of water, and incorporate tropical accents for that extra touch of paradise. I'll also share some practical tips on maintenance, pest control, and even how to create a tropical garden on a budget. So, put on your gardening gloves, and let's get started on creating your own piece of paradise. The first step in designing any garden is choosing the right location. For a tropical garden, this is especially important. Tropical plants thrive in warm, sunny locations with some protection from strong winds. Look for an area in your garden that receives at least 6 hours of sunlight each day. Consider the microclimate of your garden. A south-facing wall will create a warm, sheltered spot, perfect for sun-loving tropicals. If you live in a cooler climate, you can still create a tropical garden by choosing a spot that's protected from cold winds and frost. Think about the size and shape of your garden. You don't need a huge space to create a tropical oasis. Even a small patio or balcony can be transformed with the right plants and features. Sketch out your ideas on paper, considering the flow and layout of your tropical paradise. Remember, good planning is key to a successful garden. Take your time, consider your options, and choose a location that will allow your tropical plants to thrive. Now comes the fun part, choosing the plants. Tropical gardens are all about lush, vibrant foliage and exotic blooms. Start with a few statement plants such as palms, bananas, or bird of paradise. These will add height and structure to your garden. Next, fill in the spaces with a variety of foliage plants in different shapes, sizes, and textures. Large-leaved plants like elephant ears and hostas create a sense of drama, while ferns and grasses add a touch of softness. Don't forget about color. Tropical gardens are known for their vibrant hues. Choose plants with brightly colored flowers such as hibiscus, canis, and bougainvillea. You can also add pops of color with foliage plants like coleus, crotons, and cordylines. When selecting plants, consider your climate and growing conditions. Some tropical plants are more cold-hardy than others. If you live in a cooler area, choose plants that can tolerate some frost or be prepared to overwinter them indoors. One of the keys to creating a lush, inviting tropical garden is layering. Layering simply means planting in different heights and depths, creating a sense of depth and texture. Start by planting your tallest plants at the back of the border or in the center of a bed. These will act as the backdrop for your garden. Next, plant medium-height plants in front of the tall ones, and then fill in the gaps with low-growing ground covers. You can also use hardscaping elements like rocks, boulders, and raised beds to create different levels in your garden. This will add visual interest and create a more natural, organic feel. Don't be afraid to experiment with different textures. Tropical gardens are all about contrasts: smooth leaves against rough bark, delicate ferns next to spiky succulents. Bringing in the water feature, a touch of tranquility. Nothing says tropical paradise quite like the sound of water. Adding a water feature to your garden is a great way to create a sense of tranquility and bring the sights and sounds of the tropics to your backyard. Water features come in all shapes and sizes, from small tabletop fountains to large ponds and waterfalls. Choose a feature that fits your space and budget. If you have a small garden, a simple bubbling fountain or a wall-mounted water feature can add a touch of serenity without taking up too much space. For larger gardens, a pond or waterfall can create a dramatic focal point. When installing a water feature, be sure to choose a location that is safe for children and pets. You'll also need to consider factors such as sunlight and drainage. Adding tropical accents, ornaments, furniture, and more. Once you've got the basics of your tropical garden in place, it's time to add some finishing touches. Tropical accents can really bring your garden to life and create that authentic island vibe. Garden ornaments are a great way to add personality and whimsy to your space. Think tiki torches, colorful glass floats, or even a carved wooden totem pole. Comfortable seating is a must-have in any garden, and tropical gardens are no exception. Choose furniture that's both stylish and durable, such as weather-resistant wicker or teak. Add pops of color with cushions and throws in bright tropical hues. Lighting is another important consideration. String lights strung through the trees or lanterns placed around the patio can create a magical ambiance for evening entertaining. Don't forget about sound. Outdoor speakers can be used to play relaxing island music or the sounds of nature, further enhancing the tropical atmosphere of your garden. Maintaining your tropical paradise. Tips for success. Once you've created your tropical garden, you'll want to keep it looking its best. The good news is that tropical plants are generally low maintenance. However, there are a few things you can do to ensure your plants thrive. Regular watering is essential, especially during the hot summer months. Water deeply and less frequently, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. Fertilize your plants regularly during the growing season with a balanced fertilizer. This will help them to produce lush foliage and vibrant blooms. Mulching around your plants will help to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Use a natural mulch like bark chips or shredded leaves. Regular pruning will help to keep your plants looking their best and prevent them from becoming overgrown. Like all gardens, tropical gardens can be susceptible to pests and diseases. However, with a little vigilance and the right preventative measures, you can keep your plants healthy and thriving. Inspect your plants regularly for signs of pests, such as aphids, mealybugs, or spider mites. If you do find pests, there are a number of natural and organic solutions available, such as insecticidal soap or neem oil. To prevent diseases, make sure your plants have good air circulation and avoid overhead watering. If you do notice any signs of disease, such as leaf spots or wilting, consult with your local nursery or garden center for advice. Remember, prevention is always better than cure when it comes to pests and diseases. Creating a tropical garden doesn't have to break the bank. There are plenty of ways to achieve that lush, exotic look without spending a fortune. Start by choosing smaller plants. Young plants are much more affordable than mature specimens and will quickly grow to fill their space. Look for sales and discounts at your local nurseries and garden centers. Many nurseries offer end-of-season sales where you can find great deals on plants. Consider propagating your own plants from cuttings or seeds. This is a great way to save money and increase your plant collection. Get creative with hardscaping. You don't need to spend a lot of money on expensive paving or retaining walls. Use recycled materials like bricks, stones, or even old pallets to create paths, patios, and raised beds. Even if you live in a climate with cold winters, you can still enjoy your tropical garden year-round. With a little planning, you can extend the tropical season and create a space that's both beautiful and functional throughout the year. One option is to create a microclimate in your garden. This can be done by planting windbreaks, using raised beds to improve drainage, or even installing a greenhouse or conservatory. Another option is to overwinter your tender tropical plants indoors. Many tropical plants can be grown as houseplants, bringing a touch of the tropics indoors during the colder months. Consider adding some cold-hardy plants to your tropical garden. There are a number of plants that can withstand some frost and provide year-round interest, such as camellias, rhododendrons, and hollies. Creating a tropical garden is a rewarding experience that can transform any outdoor space into a lush, vibrant oasis. By following the tips and ideas outlined in this guide, you can design and plant a tropical garden that brings you joy for years to come. Remember to choose the right location, select the perfect plants, and add those special touches that will make your garden truly unique. Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it. Gardening is all about creativity and self-expression. So go ahead, unleash your inner gardener and create your own piece of paradise.